if you're fearful about, I don't have the qualifications to get there, when God has picked you, when you get there, he's going to give you all the tools that you need to be able to do what you need to do. The problem is that we have to have that confidence within ourselves. Everybody in this room is a creative. Everybody in this room has a story. We have been created in this world to create and to create impact. And it is up to us to do what God has called us to do. And we all have that calling. So when you've been called, you cannot turn it down. You have to look at it as an opportunity of, this is my time. I have been picked. Thank you. No, I need this. I got girl, bag lady. I got so much stuff. All right. How's everybody doing today? Good. Well, rain or shine, we are here. Thank you, guys. Everybody looks beautiful. Everybody looks amazing. And I am extremely nervous, so work with me. All right. We're going to go ahead and get started. I have some notes. All right, so I am super excited to be here, just surrounded around so many beautiful faces. Some I know, some I don't. And just to be in fellowship feels really amazing. So thank you to Yamoria and Tamika for bringing us all together for what I know is the first of many of SoulCanvas. You got to start somewhere. So I think you guys really don't understand it's a blessing to be at somebody's first. So you guys are here supporting, and this is what it's about. And we are going to wish Yamoria and Tamika nothing but success and more SoulCanvases to come. And hopefully we will be a part of them. Just a brief about who I am, because she did such an amazing job. I'm an indie filmmaker. I've been producing films for about 15 years now. I've owned some SVOD platforms, and in my free time, some of you guys may know me from Showrun Her. I post a lot of filmmaking content online. So if you know me, you know I love filmmaking. That is all I love to talk about. I believe if you're in the film space, it's such a beautiful space to be in, to tell your stories. And it's also a beautiful space to be in to monetize. You know, a lot of people make it seem like indie filming is, a struggle career, but it's definitely some opportunities out here. So that's what I do. All right. It's an honor to be in the presence of other creatives. We know this is more rare than common, so it definitely feels like family. Everybody is here, and we are passionate about all that we do. So once again, thank you to Yamoria and Tamika for this opportunity, because we all know the behind the scenes work is hard. And my experience with SoulCanvas has been amazing, and the professionalism and how they have executed this for their very first event is very on brand for Yamoria. So I'm so excited for her. All right, so now let's get into the subject and kind of talk about what I want to talk about. All right, so before I dive in, y'all know I got a little presentation. I know we have a little stage up here, but I'm going to do like they do in school. Here, just pass it back. Grab one. If you want to grab a potato, you can grab one. Everybody like a potato. If you want a potato, grab a potato. If you want a potato, grab a potato. Y'all, that's my mama. Thank you. Thank you, mama. Thank you for showing up for me. As a creative, the support is needed. All right, so let's just dive in just a little bit. Everybody got a potato? Not everybody, inflation, okay? I only got one bag. Okay, y'all better share the potato. Pass it. That's what they say in school. Pass it to your neighbor. Pass it to your friend. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get started while she is still passing out the potatoes, which brings me to my topic for today, which is God picked you, and you're in your harvest season. All right? That's what we're going to talk about today. So some of you may not know what harvest season is. It is a time of year when crops are gathered from the fields and they have ripened and they have reached maturity. And the farmers are excited because of all of the hard work and behind the scenes and planning. They finally get to reap the rewards of their labor. And it is time for us to reap the rewards of our labor. All right, so I want you to hold a potato in the air. If you got a potato, if you don't have a potato, look at the potato, okay? Now, let me tell you something about harvesting potatoes. This is why I find this very interesting. Some of you guys may not know, but whether a potato is ready or not, it is picked. That means that you may be holding a potato that's just not ripe and ready, but it made the cut, and it is potatoes from the field. Then you take the potatoes to the warehouse, and then it's a picking process there. So if you have a potato in your hand, it has went through an extreme measure to be picked. And it still doesn't matter if it was ready or not. What it looked like on the outside and how it was able to present itself deemed itself eligible enough to be with the potatoes that were ready. Now, think about let me back up. So today we're going to explore the selection process when it relates to your own journey of growth and opportunity. And just like a farmer sees promise in a young potato, it's how God sees promise in you and how he has picked you and how your Moria has picked us to be a part of this canvas. And although, just like a farmer sees promise in a young potato, others may not recognize the talents and the qualities that is within that potato or that is within you. And that's why it is so important to embrace your growth and seize opportunities. Imagine a student who is hesitant to join a school debate team because the lack of confidence. And you know, as a creative, we are very sensitive about our work, and we lack confidence regardless of what people may assume. But have you ever had a situation where somebody believed in you in your moment of lacking confidence? It's a beautiful thing to be around people that see something in us that we do not see in ourselves. And that is why it's so important to stay grounded in who you are. Embracing the things that make you this beautiful person that others see. So I encourage you guys that when someone sees something in you, sometimes we get very afraid and say, well, I'm not going to do that. I don't think I have it. I don't think I have the ability. I don't think I have the degree. I don't think I have the years. I haven't wrote a script. I've never produced. And my thing to you is that you were picked and you were chosen. So you seized that opportunity. Imagine, just like the potatoes, you have to be ready, because regardless if the potato was ready or not, it got plucked and it is here. And it had to adapt to where it was going. And with that being said, is that if you're fearful about, I don't have the qualifications to get there, when God has picked you, when you get there, he's going to give you all the tools that you need to be able to do what you need to do. The problem is that we have to have that confidence within ourselves. Everybody in this room is a creative. Everybody in this room has a story. We have been created in this world to create and to create impact. And it is up to us to do what God has called us to do. And we all have that calling. So when you've been called, you cannot turn it down. You have to look at it as an opportunity of, this is my time. I have been picked. You are the potato. You are in the bag, whether you want to be in the bag or not. And at SoulCanvas, if you wanted to be here or not. So just consider a time when you were presented with an opportunity that just seemed very like, I'm not going to do this, and feeling very unsure. I just want you to think about the potato. Even if the potato felt unsure, it still went along with the process and the journey. And that is the beautiful part about believing in yourself. And I'll transition that to trusting your process. Just like the potato, guys. I had to do a spell check. I've said potato 62 times if anybody is curious, all right? But just like the potato being underripe, it has a field to fully grow with crops that is so empowering. And each step of our journey, just like each stage of the potato growth, has its purpose and contributes to our development. I like to talk about trusting your process because sometimes, whether it's our age that we feel like we can't do some of the things that we want to do, or whether we feel like we're watching so many people on social media and it feels like everybody in my life is, as a filmmaker, is creating movies and doing things, and we feel like we need to be doing something, or we feel like we're not doing enough. And we really have to understand that trusting our process is so important, because what God has for you on your journey is just for you. It's not about anybody else. It's not about what other people are doing. What it is about is what you are doing. What are you doing with your time? Whether you feel like you are ready or not, you have been called to do amazing things. And sometimes those things feel very scary and uncomfortable, but they does not mean that you are not qualified to handle those things. It doesn't mean that you are not deserving of those things. We all have things that we have to learn. We all have more that and uncomfortable areas that we have. If you guys look at me, you probably don't know what I feel uncomfortable about. And if I was to look at you, I wouldn't know what you feel uncomfortable about. And that's okay. And that's why you have to keep doing those things, because you have no idea what I feel uncomfortable about. I'm in my head. I'm assuming it's fear, it's doubt. Well, if I do this, it's not going to be good. It's not going to be a good film. The script is not going to do well. The movie is not going to do well. The art is not going to sell. You know, my business that I'm getting ready to launch is not going to happen. All of these things bring on self-doubt, and we're not trusting the process of where we need to be. Today, I really want to encourage you guys if you have a potato, keep the potato, okay? I want to leave you guys with this. You have been chosen to do whatever it is that God has called you to do. And whether you feel like you are ready or not, God said that you were. And that is more than enough reason to seize opportunity, to trust your process, and to believe in yourself. We all have goals, and we have an audience out there that wants to see our work. And we can't let certain things not allow us to get there. And those certain things, if we're talking about the potato, is to be in a bag where potatoes are mature and they know, and we feel like a fish out of water. But it doesn't matter. That is the true definition of being in rooms sometimes where you're just like, how did I get here? I remember I was at a place and I got hired for a contract, and I ain't lie on my resume, y'all. It was just sugar-coated, okay? Sugar-coated, all right? Just it looked really nice. I can say that for sure. And I had never dealt with the type of budget for a film project that I was getting ready to deal with on this project. And I remember going through the interview, having all of the meetings, and all like the whole 3 to 4 week process. And somewhere down the line, I just remember looking in the mirror and was like, you have no idea what you're doing. I had no idea what I was doing. I had not dealt with budgets that big. I was in a room full of very successful producers. And I felt like a fish out of water. But I also knew that God had placed me in that opportunity. And if I wanted to really excel, that this was the moment for me to back up all the times I'm begging God for opportunities. I be like, God, where you at? I be feeling like he be busy sometimes. You just be like, I got this on my vision board. It's been here for 2 years. It's not visioning right now. Like, where you at? And so when God puts us in these rooms, that is a part of that. It just doesn't look the way you saw it to look. And so it feels uncomfortable, but we are there within reason. And so I just kind of want to leave and wrap this up with, consider the moments in your life when you felt like that young potato, not quite ready, but still chosen. I want you to embrace these moments and these opportunities to know that whatever you are faced with, whatever project you're working on, whatever business you want to launch, whatever TV series or album that you would like to do, that you have been chosen to do that, and you should execute that. And, God says that it's your harvest season, and all of the work that you have done behind the scenes is now time for you to reap those rewards. So put in the work, believe in yourselves, know that you can do it, and know that you have been chosen, even if you feel like you haven't. Even if you get in that room and you have no idea how you got in that room, you know that it was God that got you there and that you deserve to be there. So I just want to leave you guys with chase your dreams, be like the potato, whether you are ready or not. Remember that you have been picked, and God will see you through. Thank you guys so much.